Okay,
my
so
God.
in the last episode, the guys woke up in a medical bay, which Nets recognized as being in the facility. They came out into a corridor that Nets didn't recognize, and they heard a chittering noise. They came into another corridor and saw a Mantis person holding a human being by the head. The corridor flickered, and that disappeared and was replaced with a new corridor. Bomber went on and got attacked by a chittering little crystalline insect. Meanwhile, Snarby Wolf is trying to figure out a computer display despite the fact he is technically still illiterate. And Blaster Toad is opening and closing a door, hoping the corridor previous to them will change. Bomber ran back away from his chittering insects, and there's a chittering noise going on behind him. So he's gone over to Snarby Wolf to help with this console. As Bomber walks up, roll a spot check for me, Bomber.
Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. 16. I will accept that.
Okay, so you walk up behind Snarby Wolf to have a look at this console, trying to ignore the chittering sound behind you. And you look at the console. As you look over the shoulder of Snarby Wolf, it seems to be just a random jumble of letters and numbers. It makes no sense. But as you get closer, you realize you must have not been focusing properly because it's a login screen.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him what he sees now that he's taken a second look, because it didn't look right to me at first, and I'm gonna make note of that. I'm gonna let them know that shit did not seem right to me on this as well. Not to mention it's not just doors changing things, it's the actual like fabric of space time and bullshit.
Okay, so apparently a computer screen showing two different images is the fabric of space-time changing.
But you
I'll keep that one in mind.
Must be the result of the space cocaine.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm thinking if my house must be a nexus of space-time wibbly wobbliness, because my computer screens change all the time.
I'm talking about the friggin' you open a doorway and it shit's like, oh hey look, it's different, and then it's different again, and shit's just not okay.
I don't know. Usually I call that an elevator.
I am going to hang myself now. Excuse me.
So, Bomber, what does us Nami and PS wordy mean?
Oh, username and password. Okay. It says username and password. And it's
Do you know
asking
the
for... I do
username
not.
and password?
I do not. It's asking for information that I don't have. Let's ask Nets if he
The
picked
password
anything
is
up on Facebook.
password.
Shit. Oh
The
shit.
username's admin.
Username is admin. Password type guest or password. I'm gonna try it.
I
I'm gonna
typed
try
it in.
guest. I'll try it because you can't type quite yet. You're learning
No,
to
I'm gonna
read.
try
not
and
ri-
type.
Okay, but I'd rather. I
don't know.
They're
Let
giving me a stroke.
let
Oh, you're
Snarly
fine.
Wolf type and have him do a luck check, because he might type in the wrong thing but still get the right password.
You know what?
Or I
Do
might
it.
type in the right thing by accident.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Do it.
so
Roll that luck. Get that luck.
all right, so where's
Roll a d20.
D20.
for-
D20.
D20? All right, so here's the D20.
Come on, you
Right
got it.
over
Get that nat 20. Get this
1,
nat 20.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
11.
Aw.
11. All right, is there like a specific stat for this or anything?
No, there isn't. Okay, so Snarby Wolf kind of nudges Bomber out the way and starts poking the keys. And Bomber watches as he types Knarfntinta into the username, and a random string of asterisks appears over the password. And Snarby Wolf kind of hammers at the keyboard for it, and that hits the enter key. And a whole string of random letters and numbers appear on the screen.
Okay.
Let me guess. This says login failed, but Snarply Wolf can't interpret this as in.
I'm reading it while he's doing this. What does it show? A random string of numbers and letters for me, or is it?
It shows a random string of numbers and letters for you.
Okay. I'm gonna slap it. I'm just gonna slap it.
Okay, so as Bomber nudges Snarby Wolf back out the way and slaps the screen, it just flickers back to the login screen with just a little message at the top saying the login not recognized.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
do admin.
Let's
for
do
your
that
username.
again.
No. We don't. How many tries we have? You go touch nets in a corner. I don't care. Just go do something for a second.
Okay,
I'm
then.
just give me a second.
So,
I'm gonna admin and guest for username password.
Okay.
while he does that, I'm gonna poke at the back of Nets' shoulder
Okay.
continuously.
I'm giving up on
Uh,
the door, and I'm just gonna start looking around our hallway, like looking up, down, everywhere, trying to see if there's anything odd, out of sync. If I see like anti-aliasing lines, stuff like that.
Nets, roll a will save for me. Meanwhile, Bomber, you type in admin and password, and you get a entry
Ah!
I get a what?
screen. You get an entry screen. Just like a basic entry screen, the kind of thing you've seen dozens of times. It's pretty generic, just kind of like startup entry screen to a computer system. Okay, so Nets, you've rolled 20 on your will.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
It's the first
Snarl-
time like ever.
As you're poking at Nets, I'd just like to describe Nets for you as you're poking at Nets.
All right.
Nets is reasonably skinny, got sort of wiry muscle, but not lots of it. It's quite slim muscle. He's wearing a medical gown, so his upper arms and lower arms are exposed. He seems a little bit shaky, a little bit wide-eyed. He's wearing a kilt.
Crudely fashioned out of another medical grip. Yeah.
I didn't say that. He's wearing a
Oh,
kilt.
Wait, so
okay.
he's wearing a kilt, so 100%
Wait.
proof that this is a simulation.
Yeah, so it's like a full-on kilt now. That's okay.
He's wearing a kilt. Like
Okay.
he fashioned himself a kilt, and he's been walking. He fashioned himself a medical gown into a kilt, and he's been walking around in it. And it's a kilt.
It's a actual kilt now.
Mhm.
Okay.
I actually want to check to see if there's anything else out of the ordinary. Like,
I'm
is there like a teddy bear or something in the shape of a rabbit anywhere?
Roll a will save.
Oh, will save. All right. 15 plus 0, 15.
At the end of the corridor is a teddy bear shaped like a rabbit.
Yes! I run to the end of the corridor and I take the rabbit teddy bear. And I run back. Guys,
break
check it
me.
out. I found this too.
Okay, so when we look at what he's found, do we actually see the teddy bear, or do we see like a crystal mite or something?
Roll a will save for me, Nets.
Oh,
wait, because I'm looking as well. Am I not? Or am I not
Yes, you
looking?
are.
1.
Okay, I am. Okay.
Oh.
I wasn't sure, so I stopped mid-roll.
10
Oh shit!
plus
19 and
my-
what's my will? I got 22.
So I got 11.
Okay, so you've got 11. You've got 22. What is Bomber looking at when he looks at the teddy bear? What is Bomber thinking?
I don't know. It's this. I just don't trust it. Why is there a teddy bear amidst all this carnage and bullshit? There's
Okay.
got to be something inside of it. Like it's
So-
implanted there for something. There's got to be a weapon or something inside of it.
So, Bomber, when you look at the teddy bear, you see that it's slightly oddly shaped. It's not a proper shaped teddy bear. It's got lumps in odd places, as if it's concealing something inside it. Meanwhile, Nets, as you look at the teddy bear, you see you haven't been You haven't been privy to the insect attack on Bomber
Okay.
because you were busy with the other door. So as you look at the teddy bear, you see just a teddy bear.
Okay. Just a teddy bear, or is it shaped like a white rabbit teddy bear? Like I just see it as it is.
You see a teddy bear. You see just a plush toy, a rather generic plush toy.
Okay.
By the way,
I'm gonna ask if I can I see your stuffed teddy rabbit?
Yeah,
I
sure.
wanna. All right. You mind if I open it up?
What?
I have a feeling. Why would there be a teddy bear in the middle of all this carnage? Why? No. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Why would there be a teddy bear when there's a praying mantis dude who eats faces?
Why is Nets wearing a kilt?
Because
I'm
this
gonna look
shit's a
down as soon
simulation.
as he says that. I'm gonna look down. Am I wearing a kilt? Do I see myself wearing a kilt?
You are wearing a kilt, yes.
I start feeling myself up to feel what I actually feel. Like, do I feel that I'm wearing a kilt? Do I feel that I'm wearing pants? Am I like normally dressed? Like, what does it feel like? I know what it's supposed to feel like, but I'm gonna intensely focus on the actual physical sensations I'm feeling.
And 12, 4, and 19. Okay, so Nets kind of looks down at his kilt and then randomly just starts groping himself in the middle of the corridor. Just full on, just proper like groping the chest, groping the stomach, just hand under the kilt, just everything. His hands are exploring his body as if he's as if he's been given it as a gift.
Damn it!
And
You broke me.
and as far as Nets can tell, he's wearing what he's wearing. He's got what he's got. One moment when he kind of like dips his hand under his kilt, he feels a little bit of kind of like almost as if there's a pair of trousers there or something in the way. But that disappears a few seconds later. And he manages to grab a handful of all sorts of things. Meanwhile, Bomber is kind of looking at Snobby Wolf's teddy and being like, "Can I cut it open? Can I? Can I cut it open?" And while he's thinking about this, he's thinking about the fact that it might have a weapon in it. That this place is filled of carnage and there's giant mantis creatures, and you all hear this chittering sound in the background. This in the background.
How
And-
loud is it?
All right. While I hear that, I'm just gonna cut the rabbit open and give it a quick fist.
Jericho, no!
He named it already.
That's what he did. That's what Snarby Wolf says. Jericho, no!
So I'm fisting a stuffed animal while he's screaming Jericho, no. What happened here, guys? Meanwhile, Nets is molesting himself.
No, I'm done that. And I'm
so
gonna walk
tired.
down our
Open.
first hallway, and I am going to grab other scraps of cloth that I can find, and the pens that I was previously using.
Oh my god.
He's going to fashion himself a suit.
I hope so.
Okay, so Bomber has ripped open Jericho, the teddy. So,
Is there anything inside of him?
well, yes, there is something inside of Jericho. You can't quite see what it is.
Alright, I'm just gonna reach in and grab it. I hope it's a large caliber handgun with like
Roll
2
D20.
clips.
Well, better not be all for nothing.
Okay, so you reach in and kind of ferret around, and you're thinking about like a large caliber handgun with a couple of clips of ammunition. What you find instead is just a pretty basic handgun, probably about sort of like a 10-round, 12-round magazine. pretty sort of basic standard factory made handgun.
So 40 cal, 12 round clip, 10 round clip.
Oh,
Okay.
so like the one from it's like the pistol from Fallout 4.
Yeah, pretty
Oh, wait,
much.
no.
Yeah, just
Sure.
standard,
Yeah.
the standard pistol. Just
Okay,
a
so-
standard.
So
basic
Jericho was hiding a weapon the whole time?
All right, so I will pass off one more knife to. I'll pass off a knife to somebody, and I'll keep the pistol.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Myself.
whoa! I found the teddy. I should take the gun.
How are you with ranged weapons?
I can learn.
This is not a time to learn. This is a time to do or die.
Right, fine.
I'll teach you after. I
Jericho
promise.
killer.
Hey. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So
I'm gonna pick Jericho up, and I'm gonna hide the gun in him with my hand. Like he's basically covering the gun. I'm using him as a gun cover. Jericho is a
Gonna
gun
kill
cover.
Jericho more.
So when I shoot, it's gonna be shooting through his head, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, bullets out of a buddy! What?"
okay, so when
This
you
is
heard
the-
the tittering noise behind you, you grabbed Jericho and you ripped him open. So obviously, Bomber was afraid of something. So what was Bomber afraid of in that moment?
Just
He was probably afraid of another one of those mites or
yeah,
like
the
a
praying
bomb.
mantis thing. I don't want to get my face eaten by a bug. That's not on my list of things to have happen.
Okay, so Bomber has hears the chittering noise and he freaks out and he thinks like he's scared of having his face eaten off by a bug, and so he rips open Jericho and he finds this pistol, which is something that he was kind of expecting to find almost. And around the door, the edge of the door, as he's ripping open Jericho and sorting this out, Bomber, who's looking at him, kind of looking past. Snarby Wolf, who's looking at Bomber and kind of looking past him, sees this thing come around the corridor.
Oh, that is
that's slightly
fantastic.
terrifying. I
So
love
I
it.
see this.
Yes.
I
Bomber,
see
look
this as
behind
well.
you.
I'm a turn around and hopefully I'm just gonna on one shot right in the face. Attempt
Okay.
to shoot it in the face, like right in the actual mouth hole. 6 plus 8, so 14.
Are we? We're in the second quarter still. Okay.
Yes.
You guys are.
What does
So-
it do for damage, by the way?
That doesn't really matter right now. The bullet buzzes past and misses.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. I'm gonna back up and call back to Nets that we got some big. What the fuck? There's something that wants to eat face,
How
and
big
I
is
don't
this
like it.
compared to us?
I would say it's probably about 6 foot at the shoulder.
Oh,
So it's large and terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
and
hence
it's got like praying mantis claws and obviously
Okay.
hence
quite
shit's
effectively.
It's a
muffed up.
mantis,
I'm
man.
running away.
So with 50 or with Bomber yelling that out, how many scraps of cloth or like other like lab coats or gowns or whatever, what can I all find in here?
Oh, you could find a decent number of like blankets and bits of cloth, and like because like each of you had a blanket on top of you, so like you can find decent amount of cloth.
Okay, so with the pieces of cloth, I wrap a bundle of cloth around both my biceps, and I start coloring them as close to a beige and like drawing muscle bulges and that on it.
Okay.
Then across my forearms, I wrap another piece of cloth and start drawing on like fur bracers. And then I lay out a blanket or a lab coat on the floor, and I draw out a claymore.
Okay.
Okay? And I look away from them, and I'm like, I am He-Man, and I turn back and go to pick up my claymore. Because I fully believe that I now have increased muscle mass, fur bracers, and a large sword.
Roll a will
Because,
save.
you know, imagination
Oh,
makes
boy.
stuff real here. Not He-Man, Hercules, that's what I want. 16. Plus my
Okay.
1 will, so yeah, 17.
Okay, so Nets has suddenly decided that he is Charlie in the Magic Crayons, and has decided to draw himself biceps and a sword. So he creates himself these biceps and forearms and a sword on the floor, drawn out, and he turns away and he goes, "I am He-Man. I am He-Man. I am He-Man." Wait. I mean Hercules. Wait, what? And he turns back around. And he turns back round, and his arms suddenly feel very, very heavy. And he looks at his arms, and he has these two slabs of muscular meat wrapped around his arms. He hasn't got muscle. He's got two pieces of meat wrapped around his arms, and lying on the floor is a sword that is as thin as a sheet of fabric and quite wibbly wobbly.
Yes.
I hate you, droid.
I'm gonna.
By the way, if you'd gotten a 20, I would have allowed that to work.
Oh my god.
So I take my meat bracers
Yep.
and I bring them down to my fist, so now I just got like punching gloves.
Okay. Fair enough.
Damn it!
Yeah, I think it worked better this way.
And I keep the pencils and pens and that, and I just shove them in my kilt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna fire one more shot at the thing, and
Okay.
I just want to hit it in the face, please, in the face. Don't be a whore. Don't be a whore. It's gonna give me a 1. Okay, so 22.
Okay. So you discharge a shot from your pistol, and it smacks into the creature's face. And roll a will save for me.
Does it explode into money?
Yes. Explodes into hookers. No.
Fuck.
Okay. And the bullet passes into its face, and it kind of stops for a second, shakes its head, and lets out a screeching roar, and kind of turns towards Bomber, and is quite obviously intent upon Bomber now being its delicious morsel.
Okay. So
Smart.
I've not seen this yet, right? Because I was in the other room.
Nope.
Okay.
You have entirely missed the giant mantis beast.
So I close my eyes and start running down the direction I remember the hallway running in, and
Okay.
thinking to myself, it's minuscule, it's insignificant. It's minuscule, it's insignificant. Willing whatever it is that's attacking Bomber to be just this small, tiny, useless thing.
Okay, so first off, roll a reflex save.
Oh my
So
God.
that I don't run
Oh
into
my
a
God.
wall.
What if both of this is 1? What if it's 1 and 1?
Reflex of 9 and... Oh, reflex. 1, so a 10, reflex.
Okay, so it's a reasonably straight corridor, so you can manage to run down it. That's fine. So roll a will save for me.
I kind of.
Please.
One. Oh, it was so close.
18.
18. Okay, so Snarpy Wolf and Bomber roll a will save for me.
Oh, do I have to outwill them?
19 plus 3, 22.
10 plus 0, 10.
Okay, so Bomber is freaking out because this thing's coming to eat his face. Meanwhile, Snarpy Wolf is just staring at it like, what the fuck?
Shit.
And Nets comes sailing down the corridor. Now, bear in mind, neither of you have seen what Nets has been up to. So Nets appears in the corridor with big chunks of meat wrapped around his hand. slightly human-colored meat, but meat wrapped around his hands. His eyes shut tight, just screaming the equivalent of "I will save you," and just coming sailing down the corridor, fists first. Um,
Okay, so we have
I
a
love
handicap.
when you take the objective view of it and put it out there for us, because it's completely different in my mind's eye of what I'm doing as Nets versus here's what everybody else sees.
yep.
Yeah.
So you slam into this 6-foot-tall mantis lizard creature thing with the big mouth, and there's quite a force of impact behind it. I mean, like more force of impact than you should give. But this thing just kind of shrugs you off and screeches in your face. And let's see, shall we?
And let's see. Oh no.
And it snaps its jaws in your direction. It doesn't manage to get hold of you with its teeth as you go sailing past with your meat boxing gloves.
Where is his?
I'm
is his
gonna.
mate-
So I ran into this guy and kind of like just stopped or bounced backwards, or I'm flat on my ass now, or
Bounced off to the side and kind of went a little bit past him.
yeah. Is it turning for me? Is it still intent on 50?
Oh, it's now decided that meat boxing glove man looks delicious.
Okay. I'm gonna
Um,
just start
I'm-
yelling more to myself than anybody else. You're insignificant, and start beating it in the face.
So you tell, just while blinded, just he's still eyes closed. Just
No,
swinging
I've got my
away.
eyes open now because I took that
Okay.
jolt. But staring it down,
Okay.
you're insignificant. Pow! You're insignificant. Pow! Pop, pop,
So
uppercut,
pop.
pow, and insignificant. Yeah.
Okay, so will saves all round, please.
I
Don't outwill me again. I have to have stronger will than you to beat this. 20. Oh, 19
19
plus my modifier.
17.
Okay, so in your character's eyes, how Snobby Wolf, how do you see this going for Mr. Nets?
All right. So what do I initially? So Nets has the beefy arms, right?
No,
Yeah,
I've
he
got
has
like
meat-
what was biceps.
he's got beefy
now
fists
at my
now.
fists, beating it with beef.
So I
fists.
see him tackle the beast, and he's all like, "You're insignificant!" And he punches it and gives him a swift uppercut to the face, and he's all, "You're insignificant!" And then he punches him in the side of the head, and then "You're insignificant!" And then you punch him into the mouth, and then those little claw things, sort of like grab him in those biceps, but he rips it out, and his teeth are still sort of in the and his like teeth are in the fist. But he says, "You're completely insignificant, dude." He punches him in the face again.
I that is all I see now. That's all I can see now. That's all I can. Just this, but he's got to say it in that voice, and he's got to have like these thick ass glasses on with like these 2-inch bottle cap glasses. He's just this nerdy looking douchebag. Just
Skinny
behind me
nerd in a
taking a-
kilt with
Yeah.
meat on his fists.
just
Punching a
punching
6-foot
the shit
alien.
out of a praying mantis alien.
Okay, so what happens is that for a second, Bomber and Snarby Wolf kind of see a flicker of a different character standing where Nets is standing, someone with thick glasses on and kind of punching. And surprisingly enough, like despite the fact this thing is 6 foot tall and built like a brick shit house, and Nets is built like a stack of piano wire, with what is the equivalent of ham hocks strapped to his hands. He's actually sort of doing quite successfully. He's hitting it, it's reeling back. He smacks it in the jaw, several of its teeth come out, and it after a significant time, probably sort of like 20-30 punches, the thing kind of keels over onto the floor with its eyes rolled backwards and its legs twitching.
Well, shit.
Good job, Nets.
I just stand over like huffing and puffing because I've been giving it my all. It's like, I told you, you're insignificant. Just like looking at the thing and giving it like a final tap because that's all I can manage now.
So what you're saying is that we can imagine anything we want?
I'm not saying anything.
No, I mean I'm asking Nets this actually.
Oh, right.
Imagination is just the viewing of objects in your mind's eye. You have to will it to
In that
happen.
In that
Like, you have to
case.
believe it.
Net's
You
getting
have to
raped.
make
Net's
it
getting
real.
raped. Net's getting raped. Net's getting raped. Net's getting raped.
Roll
In
a
that
will
case,
save.
Oh, don't you?
I was kidding, but yes. 9. I'm gonna punch him in the face and no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No one's getting raped this episode.
Do I have to counter
Okay.
will save?
I was
Nothing
no,
happens.
no. It was bullshit. I'm gonna walk up and boot the thing, make sure it's kind of dead.
Okay. Roll a will save for me, Bomber.
Oh. Because you're questioning it's dead, you might make it not dead.
Yes, but you know, my guy's a dumbass.
Take 2 damage as it bites your foot.
Aw.
I'm sorry, this
So-
what's there?
Bomber walks up to it and swings his foot at the creature. Basically, he's not sure whether the thing's going to be dead or not. He swings his foot at the creature, and the creature's head snaps round, and its teeth lock onto his foot for a second. And it kind of gives a little screechy roar, and it starts to struggle its way back up onto its feet.
Okay, I
I'm
just
gonna
yell
put a bullet
out,
in its
"You're
head."
finished," and I jump across to put an elbow in its head as it's still
Okay,
trying to
so-
get up.
Roll a shot with your gun, Bomber,
All right.
because you're standing right next to it as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna
This
miss.
could end badly.
7 and
will
16.
save too.
Oh shit.
Nope, that's fine. And I need to roll percentiles to see what happens to the bullet. 71. Okay, 71. Okay, so Bomber spins round and wildly discharges another bunny from what was his name?
Jericho.
Another bullet from Jericho's face. Jericho's face is now a mass of stuffing and fluff.
I'm not going to forgive you for that, Bomber.
Having had now 3 bullets fired through its face. Unfortunately, the bullet wings off the creature's armored carapace and goes skittering off into the distance. Nets screams, "You're finished!" and does a flying leap past Bomber and elbow slams the thing into the floor. It gives a screech and kind of collapses back onto the floor as Nets elbows it violently.
Okay.
I'm not gonna check it. It's dead.
I stand
It's
up and I
dead.
look at both of you like intently, like staring you
Yeah.
down. Like, it's done. It's finished. You damn believe it's finished. We're keeping on moving. Don't think about it. It's done.
Will saved.
And I just told them not to think about a thing that they're not supposed to think about.
I'm gonna think about it. 16. You better get a 20.
4.
Oh my god. So I got 19.
13.
Okay, so
Damn
Bomber,
it.
Bomber believes and Snarly Wolf believe, but there's this little niggling doubt in the back of Net's head. He thinks he understands how this universe works. Like, he's ended up in a new universe. He thinks he knows what's happening. He thinks he understands, but he's not. He's got a mind of an engineer. This doesn't make sense. It's like, it kind of makes sense, but maybe it's because it's not a physical thing. Maybe it's
Sorry,
not
I'm watching him
hand-willed.
do his Rip Jericho thing over there. I'm having a hard time taking you seriously.
That's
But you
fine.
still have a doubt in the back of your head.
Yes, I got a doubt in the
Um,
back of my head that this is how the world works.
And that doubt materializes itself when this creature sinks its teeth into Nets's calf muscle and
I'm. Oh my
takes
God.
a healthy chunk out of Nets's calf muscle because Nets turned his back on it.
I'm gonna push
Full
Nets out of the way
damage.
and oh, I'm gonna push Nets out of
So
the
I
way
just
and
got
just
4 damage. Is that it?
scream.
Yep, full damage.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
down
so
to
I'm gonna
2
shove
because
you.
my max is 6.
Oh shit! Fun. All right. I'll just push you out of the way and scream into its, I guess, mandibles that it's dead and to stay dead and stop being a little bitch. It's just me having enough of its shit.
Will save.
Yup.
We'll save for me too.
Nope, just for
9. God
Okay.
damn son of a bitch.
okay. So Bomber spins around and he screams, "You're nothing. You're dead. Stop being a bitch." Straight in this thing's mandibles. To which it replies by screaming back and trying to bite his face.
I was expecting it to get bigger because it stopped being a bitch.
Oh no! Oh no.
4 damage.
Well, okay, that takes me down to 5. I can deal with that. I still have more than that. I'm good. Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna haul ass. I'm just gonna run through the other door and just leave you guys behind.
To
Screw
the
it.
next door.
Yeah, I'm just running. I'm just turning ass. I'm
You know
hauling
what?
ass.
I'm gonna do that too then.
Yeah, it just tried to bite my face off. I'm just booking it. No.
Mantis thing trying to eat his face.
Yeah, literally the
Yes.
one thing I did not want to happen is happening.
And oh, I was so afraid that was gonna be a 1 for a second. Okay, so I rolled a 14. I'm walking slowly towards the door with my eyes closed and just repeating a mantra to myself that nothing will touch me, nothing can touch me, nothing will touch me, nothing can touch me.
And surprise, surprise, nothing touches you on your way to the door.
Okay. Yay, we're at a door. And leaving
So-
that door, we are now 30 minutes into this episode, so should we cut and reconvene?
I think we should.